What's a counterargument you often hear people say that makes no sense to you? I once got into a debate with a guy who was adamant that the Earth is flat. I tried to explain how gravity works, but he just wouldn't listen. He kept saying, if the Earth is round, why don't we fall off? I told him that gravity pulls everything towards the center of the Earth, so we don't fall off. He then said, if gravity is so strong, why don't we get pulled into the center of the Earth? I explained that gravity decreases as you move away from the center, so we don't get pulled in. He then said, if gravity decreases as you move away from the center, why don't we float away? I told him that gravity is still strong enough to keep us on the ground, but not strong enough to pull us in. He then said, if gravity is strong enough to keep us on the ground, why don't we get crushed? I explained that gravity is balanced by the force of the ground pushing up on us, so we don't get crushed. He then said, if the ground is pushing up on us, why don't we float away? I told him that the force of gravity pulling us down is equal to the force of the ground pushing up, so we stay in place. He then said, if the forces are equal, why don't we float in the middle? I gave up at that point.